My name's Brad Carter. For the ones that don't know me, I started in the appraisal world with the county in around 2010, and one of the opportunities you have is a education group, and the name of it's the Alabama Association of Assessing Officials. We call it the AAAO, but I was president of the statewide association last year and brought the meeting to Chilton County. We had our meeting was at Jeff State, and we had about 200 people, and all of our food, all of our entertainment, I went through local Chilton County people, and we're bringing that group back this year. They were impressed with Jeff State and had a good time. So we've got about 200 coming again this year. I think about 35 counties are represented, and we booked about 33 rooms at the Holiday Inn down in Clanton. So I want to extend an invite to you guys if you wanted to come and welcome them. It'll be this Thursday, starting at 9. So if any of y'all want to come and give a welcome, that will be about 8:45, 9 o'clock. So there's several other countywide elected officials that have said they would be there, and you would just come into the entrance that's furthest away from the auditorium, so the very back of the parking lot, and then you would come in that side door, and we've got about 25 vendors that'll be there, or 15 vendors. I think they're bringing about 25 people, so it'll be it's a district meeting for us, but if y'all want to be there and roll out a red carpet to welcome them, I think that's why they're back this year, and I would enjoy y'all to be there, and I think it would be good for Chilton County, and that's all. I'll stick around after the meeting. If anybody wants to talk to me, I'll be here. So
That's this Thursday, you
This
say,
Thursday,
Brad?
yes, sir.
13th at 8:45.
Yes, sir, that's right.
All right.
8:45, yes, sir.
Well, thank you.
And I'll be at I'll be at that door getting everybody in and out, so I'll get y'all to where you need to be. But if y'all have any questions, just see me after the meeting.
All
Thank
right,
y'all.
thanks, Brad. Appreciate you bringing that to the county, too.
Sir, thank you.
All right, Robert Binion.
In the flesh. Please my cause, O Lord. Lord, whatever we do this evening, let it be done in peace. And Lord God, I thank you this evening. And I didn't take up no 5 minutes already. Thank you, Jesus. I got 2 or 3 things. County Road 9 and 356 run out. 356 run to County Road 9. And it's a puddle of water stayed out this deep, and it's been there a good while. And this is my second or third time complaining about that. That same road right there, Church of God campground. And in the summertime, they have about 300 or 400 cars coming there. But it's about this deep in water year round. Yeah, well, when it rains, we stayed 30 days one time and didn't get no rain. But when it rains, it fills up there. And I would like to see if y'all can do anything about that. And County Road 53, I so happy. Can't help it because I live on 53. I've been there 62 years. They paved County Road bone up there from your house. They put that good substance on. Not only your house, Jones lived there too. But
that was done before I was a county commissioner. So let's get that straight. It was
I'm
not done after here. It was done
but I'm
before.
just letting you know it's on. And I live on 53,
Okay.
down on the low end. And I'm asking y'all to resurface that, like the pavement Bone got on his, that he got on his pavement, not the gravel type.
Please rephrase that. It was done before
It might
I
have
was a
been.
commissioner. Okay?
It might have been, but anyway,
No,
I'm
it
asking.
was.
I'm asking if y'all can resurface that with good pavement. And on this, I got one question. On the people that got trailer spots, I got a half-acre land out there behind me. I used to have a service pole there. I had juice and everything there. And I'm wanting to know, if I go back in business or go back there, have I got to make it an estate? I've been hearing so much about you have to estate it if you had a trailer there and then you move off, you have to make it an estate. So clarify that for me if y'all know anything about it. Don't know nothing about it.
No, we know about it, but not about that.
No.
But you,
Not familiar with you in the city or the county?
No, I'm in the county. I've been there 62 years.
yeah, you.
No, ain't nothing prohibiting you putting a trailer back on that
I
spot.
could put a trailer back there and it won't.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to know. I've heard so many rumors.
I think
Thank you
that-
for your time.
That falls upon the city limits, code.
Oh,
There-
okay.
There are city ordinance.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
y'all for your time, and I will check on it and see if you're gonna do me any good in a few days.
All right, Robert. Thank you.
And Robert, I like to, when I tell people on the, Chilton County Commissioner page, you can put that road concerns, and I'll get with you and show you how to upload it, and get your facts and picture, and I will be able to show.
Well, I sure appreciate that, cause I don't even hardly go on the internet.
I know, and then that way, that's a paper trail for you and me and
All
everybody.
right, thank you so much, you.
All right, sheriff is not here. He's gonna check on a former employee who's recovering from cancer. Miss Sylvia, I think you've got his hires.
Yes, sir. For the sheriff's office, asking for 2 new hires. One is Domingo Ayala as a full-time corrections officer, effective March 15th, and Lucas Middleton as a full-time deputy sheriff, effective March 15th. And those were the only 2 that he had.
All right, any questions on those? All right, now commission office.
All right, well, I have quite a list. The first one, just says Manuka work, but it is and I'll read this to you, it's a resolution for the road department to haul 15 to 20 loads of material from county property on State Road 145 for Higgins Ferry and/or Manuka Park. Hauling costs to be reimbursed to the gasoline fund utilizing a portion of the already budgeted general fund transfer to the gasoline fund. That should have been on there 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Any questions? All right,
The next is to request a resolution that, and this is just so everybody can be a part of the plan. A request from any department heads, if they would come before the commission to make that request, especially services from the road department, so that all can make a determination of what needs to be done.
okay. Is that gonna be on the meeting tomorrow night? It is, isn't it?
If you'd like.
Yes,
to-
yes, please. I've
Okay.
got some questions for Ben on that.
Okay, all right. The reserve fund, and I handed you, I went to, the financials for Lee County, and I went to the financials for, Shelby County and Otaga County. And, this, fund balance policy for operating funds, we've talked about reserves in the past, and we've actually earmarked some money for reserves. But if I may, I was going to ask that the commission adopt a fund balance policy. And this, for the general fund, that would be 25% of the fund balance for the current year expenditure budget. For the other departments, it would be 15%. And these are for unexpected costs such as storm damage or some sort of catastrophic event that might come about.
I had asked Miss Sylvia some time back if we had a emergency fund. I know the school board is required to have a percentage on hand, but we're not required to. In the event something catastrophic happened, then the county would be basically out of business for a short period of time if we don't have something in a catastrophic fund. And that's why I had asked her to look into doing this, so we could put some money aside in the event that should ever happen.
It may take some time to build these up because sometimes you don't have a fund balance. But in any event, we're looking to build a minimum amount. And it also said that, or stated below, that the reserved funds would be placed in investment accounts that were protected by FDIC and the SAFE program, the Security of Alabama Funds Enhancement. This would go in our financial statements, and I believe S&P would look upon that fondly.
All right, anybody got any questions?
No, I discussed it, well, I think the amounts are fair too, so.
All right.
Gina Watley will be here tomorrow night to actually make the presentation for this proclamation, but I went ahead and sent it to you so that we could at least be aware of it, the sexual assault awareness. And they will, of course, present that to the commission tomorrow night briefly. But you should have gotten that in your attachments to read, but I'm happy to answer any questions that I can for you.
No questions, okay.
I read it.
The next is a erroneous tax sale. The Revenue Department has requested that we refund monies that were paid into the commission office for excess sales, tax sale. It was just one that was sold that shouldn't have been sold, and so they're asking for the money to be sent back to that office, and they have sent me all the documentation that goes with that request.
Okay.
Sylvia, can you explain how that happens? The way you explained it to me the other day, just so the other commissioners know.
According to this, a gentleman sold 2 parcels of land, and the mapper missed one of the deeds, so that the request for payment went to the old landowner. The other one didn't get it.
Right.
So the taxes weren't paid. But the bill was sent to the wrong person.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Cleaning of the cooling tower. I believe we have an invoice in there from Triple Point. It was a quote that Nick got for us. It's still within our budget for maintenance, but with that cost, we thought we might bring it before the commission to approve it.
What is the cooling tower? I do not know.
Well, that would be a question for somebody other than me.
It's on the
It
roof.
runs our air unit on the roof. The cold water circulating through, gets our cold air to blow. It gets built up in it and gone. That's what they're gonna do, is clean it out.
Courthouse cooling tower.
Yes, ma'am.
Part of the air conditioning system.
I do not know how any of that works. So any questions on that I can find out for you? Peach Jam sponsor, in the past, we have done this each year. Well, for the past several years, we've been a harvester. It's a $500 sponsorship for the Peach Festival that comes. And of course, that's also, they're celebrating farmers as well with this Peach Festival. Airport Authority nominations, we have, Mr. McKinnon passed away, and there have been two nominees, to replace, choose one, of course, but to replace Mark McKinnon there. They have asked that we consider Trey Caton and Keith Collins. In there, you'll also have a memorandum for one of our janitorial employees for an annual pay increase. And of course, evaluations have been done on the employee. Next is the fundraising policy. That is what that 3-page document that I gave you with a list that went on and on. And it also is, in simple terms, say that we feel like, or yes, that the commission feels like they contribute to the, they are valuable to us and make great contributions to our area. And of course, it gives us the ability to fundraise.
Anybody
think-
got any questions on those? All right.
The last thing that goes with that, if we do pass this policy, then we may want to consider a Venmo, establish Venmo for fundraising. And if we do that, then we may want to consider opening a separate account for the Venmo so that it doesn't tie to all of our other accounts.
Any questions?
Other than I think that's a good idea. I think the resolution is something that was, that had to come about after the result of, last year's budget talks with allocations and stuff like that. I think the attorney played a part in writing this.
Oh, he did right.
Yeah, okay. And,
It doesn't look like a lawyer wrote it, you're not reading it close.
well, I mean,
It's
I
definitely
might have
lawyer.
wrote it. I might have wrote it.
Nah, I don't think so.
But I
this has
think it's a
also
good
got to
idea.
do with donations,
Right.
solicited by each of these departments.
I mean, you got the parks on there, right?
Yep,
Yeah, Parks is on there.
they're number one.
Yep, yeah, but on the Parks is on there. But, on the Venmo account, I think it would be almost a necessity, would it not? To somehow to keep that money separated,
Yep.
to know where it went?
Well, when you establish a Venmo, I think they can note,
Yes,
Where it
if
goes.
it's
Mhm.
several departments, they can note on there.
right.
That which they want.
Okay, good.
I think the security reason, not being able to get into all our other accounts, is
Yes.
probably
Oh,
the
that's
biggest
for the
reason.
separate
Yeah.
account, yes.
That's right. Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. Donald Giles.
I was, on the part, on our grills, the guy didn't get all the information to me yet. If he thought he was gonna be able to, but it's gonna be next meeting. So when, I had to bring it up at the next meeting about building some grills and stuff. He was gonna get me a quote and a picture, either one to show y'all. And he didn't really have time to get that done before the meeting and that. So,
Okay.
What about hiring employees? Y'all get that worked out?
yes, we got,
We are currently advertising for, and
Oh,
this was not, you didn't need an emergency hire. You
we just
needed to
hired one
advertise
on it.
for another
Right.
manager, and we already have that out there, so.
We can come off of that list.
Okay. I was just making sure we got it worked out.
It's
We
the
did.
same position, right? Yes.
They're advertising for a manager, and this is gonna be assistant manager that we're gonna need. So-
Well, if that's the case, then you might, I was thinking it's the same position.
All right.
So we need a resolution to hire, to open up.
Yes, to advertise.
To advertise to hire assistant.
Okay, you can put that up on the meeting board then.
I just put it under here.
Well, if he,
Yeah, it's fine.
okay. Me or him, one, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I'll put it under yours then.
He might not make it
Okay.
more.
Oh, okay.
All right, as many of you know, Commissioner Billingsley has not been here for a couple of meetings, and he asked me Friday to make sure everybody understood. It's not that Commissioner Billingsley is just not coming to meetings. Commissioner Billingsley's been diagnosed with acute Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4. So that's why I'd asked a couple of times before we be praying for him. He took his first treatment. It pretty much knocked him for a loop, but he said they tell him the second treatment should boost him back up. So y'all keep Commissioner Billingsley, Butch as we call him, in your prayers, because that's where he is. He wants to be here. He's called Commissioner Hall, Commissioner Childress, myself, talked to him for a long period of time today. And he's involved, he's just not here. And he did want me to tell you, so like I said, y'all keep him in your prayers. All right, Commissioner Bone?
Just, for the road department, to hire Mr. Chris Dodd Senior and Cavante Robinson, if I'm saying it right.
Okay, we're gonna put that on the agenda for tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you'll make a note, Miss Sylvia.
Chris Dodd Senior and,
Cavante, did I say it right? Robinson? Kevonte.
That sounds right.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Commissioner Childers.
Sorry, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Giles and Mrs. Giles for their job of taking care of both our parks. They're doing an outstanding job.
I agree. Okay,
All right. Two or three things here. One is, I'll be asking for approval of the quote from Giles Cooling and Heating for the HVAC unit down at the animal shelter. They provided their system is gonna be 5 different zones with the ability to flow fresh air on a different system, different controls, so that the units aren't competing with each other. And if any of you want to understand why fresh air in that place is important, I'd recommend to go down there about 8 o'clock every morning. Ammonia smell is kind of tough. So their proposal also will include UV lights that will handle viruses. So I'll be asking for approval for that and for the chairman to be able to sign that. We did have a resignation this past Friday. I'll be asking for that person to be removed from our payroll. I'll be asking for to post the vacancy of that. It'll be a Tech 1 vacancy. And then also I'll be asking for approval for an emergency hire for that position until it's filled. One thing that I haven't written out the resolution, but I've discovered this afternoon that we evidently have a delay in paying our bills. We're not behind, it's just the process, and it's holding us up on spay and neuter. And so I'll be asking the commission to approve up to $2,000 a month for spay and neuter services. It's in our professional services budget. We've got $35,000 left in that budget, so we got plenty to cover that. But the process is they will not accept more animals until that current bill is paid, and sometimes it's taking us 2 weeks to get it approved, to get a check sent. And so the animal shelter, we've got dogs down there that have been adopted, but they can't be released to their new owners until they're spayed or neutered. So it will streamline our process. I'll be asking for pre-approval up to $2,000 a month for spay and neuter.
good report.
Oh, and thank you for saying report. The siding is up all around the building. It's a block building, for those that don't know, haven't been in there, and then the gables and soffit and fascia have all been sided. The roof should be finished tomorrow, and it's a standing seam snap block roof. So once we get that thing on there, we'll have the paint. The painters do come in a week or two, and then gutters will go on, and then once we come off that roof, we shouldn't have to go up there for another 40 years, I hope, unless a tornado helps us to get back up there. And then the HVAC, as we just said, and then the inside will be painted. We're getting the guillotine doors installed, the materials in, and Steve and I are assembling those, and we'll be installing those over the next 2 or 3 days. So it's coming around. We just need the personnel and to post our help needs down there would be fantastic.
All right. Commissioner Hall.
Nothing.
Commissioner Headley is not here. Commissioner Perkins.
No.
Okay. All right, well, that comes down to me. Sometime back, I had made a mention that I would like to clarify in our rules of procedure the confusion that surrounds the majority vote of the commission. The rules and procedures state under F, under voting, that the passage of any motion, policy, ordinance, or resolution shall require the affirmative vote of a majority of the members of the commission. Well, that's been interpreted over the past few years as being majority of the commission president. But every legal scholar that I've talked to that's read this has asked me, how many's on your commission? I tell them 7. Well, that means 4 votes. So I'd like to amend our rules and procedures to state 4 votes. 4 votes. Because it's not, it doesn't matter if there's 5 president, then a majority of that 5 president is 3.
Are you looking to replace the entire sentence, or you're looking to
Just-
insert
Just
four?
insert 4
four.
votes
It's president.
I'll be good with that.
and clarify it.
Yeah, it's just president.
Yeah. It says majority of the commission.
It
Not
doesn't say,
commission
it doesn't
president.
say president.
No.
But I agree, I agree that it's written okay, except that if there is confusion, adding 4 votes. Now, you know, if the commission ever changes, that'll have to
The
change,
commission,
but,
yeah, the commission can change, the commission can change the wording
Anytime.
of that entirely, but they put it in there for a reason years ago.
I mean, 4 votes for a quorum, and you would think that's interpreted, it doesn't say 4 votes for a quorum, it says,
4 votes.
no, it says majority of the commission.
9.
So I don't know why in the world it ever gets confused that it's less than 4 votes.
Well, it did.
Has
and
it come up here?
Yes.
before?
Oh, yes. I brought it up at least twice during the
No, I
first
mean,
term.
has there ever been a contention that it does not mean 4 votes?
Well, it was explained by an attorney that said, and he never quoted anything or any law stating that it didn't mean that.
Let me ask the question better. Has the commission body ever tried to pass something with less than 4 votes?
Yeah, it has passed.
Really?
Yes,
Then we need to do that.
it passed, one specifically was a appointment to an IDA.
Gotcha, okay.
So, okay. Everybody understand my intentions there?
You on F? Where'd you say it was?
F on page 9.
Just don't have the 4 in there.
Yeah, just gonna make it, the majority of the commission is 4, so it should state 4.
Just put 4 in parentheses and move on.
Okay.
It's majority of 7.
Yep, all right. I had asked, I was talking to Sylvia the other day, I think that we need to request each board or each authority that we appoint members to for a copy of their bylaws. So we have those on hand if there's ever a question asked, so we know what their bylaws are. And I think we've got some of them, we don't have all of them, so I've asked her to notify each one of them to submit a copy of their bylaws. And I'd asked Ben, and he'll be doing this tomorrow night, a clarification of special call meetings, because sometimes there's questions about what dictates a call or what is allowed for a call of a special meeting. So he's gonna clarify that tomorrow night in a discussion. So what can be an emergency meeting, what time frame is allowed, what time frame is necessary, special call meeting, what time frame is allowed there, and what you can actually have in the call for one of those meetings. So I just want to get him to clarify that so everybody knows it. And the last thing, and this is something I should have questioned years ago, and I asked Miss Sylvia this past week. Why are we having 3 meetings to appoint anybody to a board? That's 6 weeks it takes to get somebody appointed. And to me, that's just entirely too long. Now, what I'd like to do, maybe we need 2 meetings to get nominations, and then the committee, between the 2nd and 3rd meeting, will meet, talk about the candidates, nominees, and make a recommendation to the commission for the 3rd meeting to vote on it.
Chairman, I thought we were changing this process from nominations to committees, to a committee, an interview
the
committee,
board.
and then the committee was gonna bring forward.
Yeah, but you still
Their
have to take
recommendation.
nominations. You still have to take nominations
Okay,
to the committee to review.
Is that the second meeting, first meeting? So the second meeting is a review.
Yeah, after the 2nd meeting, you take nominations for first meeting and a second meeting, then between the second and the third meeting,
Review.
you would review them. The committee, which is myself, Commissioner Hall, Commissioner Headley, would discuss them, decide who we think would be the best choice, and make that recommendation to the commission at the third meeting.
And vote on one third meeting.
Vote on them on the third meeting. Now, if you want one meeting, I don't care if we do it in one meeting. I just thought two might give enough time for nominations.
Well, it depends on the timing that we get the information that there's a vacancy. One meeting might be too short. 2 meetings seemed appropriate to me.
Well, I think it should be incumbent
Third one
on
complete.
whatever authority or board it is to give us, a nomination, or at least let us know there is an opening as soon as possible.
Yeah. So you're recommending, or are you recommending anything?
I'm gonna recommend we take nominations for 2 meetings. The committee will interview them between the second and the third meeting, and on the third meeting, we will make a recommendation to the commission to vote on.
So the first, meeting would be to bring in the vacancy and the recommendations,
And nomination,
Nom-
if there is a nomination,
if there is, okay.
yeah. And you take nominations at the second meeting also, and that would be it. Now we take nominations for 3 meetings.
And then you'll have 2 weeks to interview
Have 2
and,
weeks,
and bring forward the recommendation
Yeah.
from the committee.
The
right,
third one,
And that'll be considered on that third meeting.
third meeting, yes.
yeah, you can get higher there.
Thoughts?
time limit's still the same.
Yes, time limit would be,
You just gonna close that,
yeah, we'll close,
On the third.
nominations will be closed after the second meeting.
and third, we'll have the candidate,
That's
whoever.
right, that's right. And since
To
you're
vote on.
part of that committee, does that sound okay with you?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay,
take too long.
It's not too much, it's gonna be a month and a half.
yeah,
Mm-hmm, you'll come back and,
mhm,
yeah. You can try it.
okay.
I just got a question.
Okay, Commissioner Bone, that's all I have. Commissioner Bone has a question.
Since we had 2 people or one to retire and one to resign from the parks, do we have to have a resolution to take them off payroll?
Sure, I mean,
Okay. Mr. Gerald retired
okay,
and Reed resigned,
okay.
so I'll be asking for a resolution to take them off payroll then. Yeah, and Mr. Teddy resigned as well.
What? Now, wait a minute. We're gonna remove 3 people from payroll.
Yeah,
Yes,
seems
ma'am.
like,
Seems like that's a little important. How'd you forget that?
So Teddy,
I did.
They wasn't there no more.
Yeah, Mr. Teddy Chambers,
okay,
Cheryl Harrington, David Reed.
and so all these positions are posted, have been posted, are
Oh,
posted.
yeah.
On the Chilton County, is it on the page?
Yeah.
And where all do you post it?
It's under job listing thing.
Yeah.
Just Chilton County job list?
Think so. Should be on the webpage under job list.
Because we want everybody to know what's available and they'll shake at it. Okay.
Anything else?
No, that was my fault.
All right, all minds satisfied. Be back tomorrow night at 6:30 for our regular meeting.